My channel in coaching center. So today I'm going to explain your 11th standard, that is business study 11th chapter, that is international business, the part 1. So this is not part 1 video, so it is international business first part 1. The part 2 be international business, we learn the other concepts of this international business. So in which of the following modes of entry does the domestic manufacturer gives the right to use intellectual property and outsourcing a part or entire production and concentrating on marketing operations in today international business is known as the contract manufacturing. And also, when two or more firms come together to create a new business entity that is legally separated and distinct from its parent, that is known as the joint venture. And which of the following is not advantage of exporting is the limiting presence in foreign market, and which one of the following modes of entry requires higher level of risk is joint venture, and which one of the following modes of entity permits greatest degree of control over overseas operations like wholly owned from wholly owned subsidiary, and which one of the following modes of entity brings the firm closer to introduction international market, that is the contract manufacturing, and which one of the following is not amongst India's major export item, that is franchising. Next, which one of the following is not amongst India's major import item, that is Ayurvedic medicine, and which of the following is not amongst India's major trading New Zealand. International trade major with New Zealand. There is no difference between international trade and international business. So international trade refers to the exchange of goods and services, and international business not only includes movement of capital, goods and service and other things. And international trade means movement of goods only. Business transaction that takes place between two or more countries is known as international business, and international trade is narrow term, and international business is much broader than the international trade. Let us know advantages of international business. There are three advantages of international business: or earning foreign exchange. So international business helps a country to earn foreign exchange, which it can later use for meeting its import of capital or other things. And also, more efficiently and improving growth prospects and employment potential. So it may help our country to get more employment. And let us know what is the major reason for underlying trade between nations. So unequal distribution of natural resources among different nations, availability of various factors of production such as labor, capital, raw material and other thing, and labor productive and production costs differ among nations due to various socio-economic, geographical and political reasons. So let us know why nations trade. So the nations cannot produce equally well or cheaply all that they need because of the unequal distribution of natural resources and various other factors such as labor production, productivity and production of cost. Therefore, some countries in advantageous position in production select goods and services which other countries cannot produce that goods. Uh, Next, let us know what are the limitations of contract manufacturing. So the limitations are local firms might not adhere to production design and quality standard, thus causing serious product quality problems to the international firm. And local manufacturer in the foreign country loses its control over the manufacturing process because goods are produced strictly as per the terms and specification of the contract. And the profitability of local firm producing under contract manufacturing is low as it is not free to sell the contract output as per it will. Next, why is it said that the licensing is an easier way to expand globally? So, under the licensing system, it is the licensor who set up the business unit and invest their money on that work, and licensor is paid by the licensor by way of fees fixed in advance as per the percentage less. And license being a local person has greater market knowledge and contacts which can prove quite helpful to a licensor in successfully conducting its marketing operations. So difference between the contract manufacturing and setup wholly owned production subsidiary abroad. So contract manufacturing, so a firm enters into a contract with one or few local manufacturing of in foreign countries, and a parent company acquires full control over the foreign company by making 100% investment on that is the wholly owned production. And in contract manufacturing, the firm has limited control over the local manufacturing, and in the wholly owned production subsidiary, the parent company has full control over its operation, and there is no or little investment in the foreign countries. The parent buys up the entire equity of the firm abroad. Next, let us know about the difference between the licensing and franchising. So, the licensor grants license to a foreign company to produce and sell goods under the licensor. In franchising, the franchisor grants a foreign firm the right to operate a business using a common brand. And the operations are related to production and marketing of goods. Operations are related to service business, and less stringent rules and regulation. Strict rules and regulations are there in the licensing, in the franchising. Next, let us know about the major items of India's export. The major items are tea, basmati rice, spices, leather and leather production, and semi-precious stones. Next, what are the major items that are exported from India? Or the major items exported from India is, as you know, tea, pearl, precious and semi-precious stones, medicines and tobacco, leather manufacture, rice, spices. Is whom India trades is with whom the India does the trade is USA, UK, Belgium, Germany, Japan, Switzerland, Hong Kong, UAE, China, and Singapore and Malaysia. Let us know what is international business and how does it is different from domestic business. So manufacturing and trade beyond the boundaries of one's own country is known as international business. It involves not only the international movements of goods and service but also of capital, personal technology and other things. How it is different from the domestic business is domestic business and international business. So trade with the national boundaries of a country, international trade between two or more countries. Domestic business peoples or organizations from one nation participate. International business peoples or organization of different countries participate. And more homogeneous in nature domestic business, and lack homogeneous due to difference in language and other things, and it is subject to political system and risk of one single country. It has different forms of political system and different degrees of risk there is in the international business, and also subjects to rules, laws or taxation system of one country, subjects to rules, regulation and laws of many countries there are, and currency of domestic country is used, and transactions involve use of currencies of more than one country. Next, let us know international business is more than international trade. So international trade comprises of export and import of goods and forms an important component of international business, but the scope of international business has substantially expanded. International trade in services such as international travel and tourism, transportation, communication, banking, warehousing, distribution, advertising and many other companies things they are doing. Next, what benefits business can be more profitable than the domestic business, as business firms can earn more by profit by selling the products, and increase in capacity utilization. So firms can make use of their surplus production capacity and prospects of growth. So once the market in the domestic country becomes saturated, it becomes difficult to grow the turnover, to take the turnover of the company. So by entering into overseas markets, business firms can improve the prospects of their growth. Next ways how to intense competition in domestic growth is so if the competition in the domestic market is very intense, internationalization seems to be the only way to achieve significant growth and the improved business vision. So the growth of international business of many companies is essentially a part of their business policies or strategic growth or management. Next, in what way is exporting a better way of entering into international markets than setting up wholly owned subsidiaries abroad? So exporting is less complex than setting up and wholly owned subsidiaries abroad, and exporting involves lesser time and effort as business firms are not required to invest then that much time and money as is needed when they set up manufacturing plant. And since exporting does not require much of investment in foreign countries, exposure to foreign investment risk is nil or much lower than that. Next, let us now discuss briefly about the factors that govern the choice of mode of entry into international business. So, the factors are complexity, so it is the major factor governing the choice of mode of entry into international business, and risk factor. If you want to have fully ownership and decision making control over the foreign firms and also investment, so it also has an important role by choosing various modes. If a company don't want to invest more amount of money, then it can choose importing and exporting or for licensing a foreign company for entering into international business. Next, let us know about the major trends in Indian foreign trade. Also, let us know about the list of the products that India trade with other countries is. India is now at the 10th largest economy in the world and the fastest growing economy, next only the China. As per the Goldman Sachs report 2004, India is projected to be second largest economy by 2050, and despite these features, India involvement with the international business is not very impressive. And let us know about the next thing, that is post liberalization. The share of foreign trade in the country GDP has grown from 14.6 in 1990 to 24.1 in 2003 and 2004, and in Indian total merchant export was rupees 606 crore in 1950 to 1951. It has been grown to 293,367 crore in 2003 to 2004, and Indian total import was 6.8 crore, and now it has grown to 3,59,108 crore. Although overall terms, India accounts for just 0.8% of world export, and India mainly imported crude oil, petroleum products, capital goods, electronic goods, pearl, precious and semi-precious stones, gold, silver, chemicals, and other things. Next, let us know about the finally invisible trade. Basically refers to the trade of services because of the intangible aspects of services. Trade in services includes trade in tourism and travel, boarding and lodging, entertaining, and other things. Indian trade in services has increased sustainably over the years. Both the export and import of services related to foreign travel, transportation, and insurance have increased at a high rate during the last 4 decades. Software and other miscellaneous services have emerged as the main category of India's export of services, while the relative share of travel and transportation has declined from 64.3% in 1995 to 96 to 29.6% in 2003 to 2004, and 10.2% in software exports as to from to for 49% as it is grown. So, okay friends, this was your chapter international trade, or this was your chapter the international business part 1. So in part 2, in the other chapter, next chapter, part 2 chapter, I will explain the other next topic of the chapter, another to the topics that has in that chapter. So okay friends, like the comment on my video and subscribe my channel and process it for more video. I will show my next video explaining another chapter. Till then, take care, have a nice day, bye my dear friends.